Hi everybody, we're back with a Mon Laferte Tormento, which means in English torment. The song itself, we're going straight into the description, and this was the theme written by the artist for the album Mon Laferte Volume 1. As the artist clarified in an interview on the Plug YouTube channel, she declared that she was emotionally well when she wrote the song. But then her life had a sudden change that came to resemble what was described in the lyrics that I will translate at the end of the song for you, that she considers the song as premonitory. In another interview in NTR, it all started, she says, with Tormento. It was the first song I composed for the album. It marked the emotional state I was in when I started to record the album. That's where it all started. I was very unhappy. But since then it's been different, and I want to continue being positive. I don't want the sadness to come back. This is due to the fact that the artist was going through a depression, which even led her to think about returning from Mexico to Chile. This song, Mon Laferte, shares authorship with Cesar Sierra. The song was released on the 31st of January 2013 on the album Mon Laferte Volume 1. And it's the first song of that album, and it's been since then released, re-released and remastered through Universal Music. Then the special edition of the album, published in 2016, includes a live version of the song, and that's what we're going to hear, the live version. And in addition, Placido Domingo, who's featured on my thumbnail for this particular video, in the concert in 2018 called Chile in My Heart, he performed an orchestrated version of the song together with the Bogota Philharmonic Orchestra. Now they are the most important symphonic music orchestra in Colombia. Its current general director is David Garcia Rodriguez, heir to a long tradition in cultural management. And that's what we're going to feature. The original video I didn't show. I preferred to show this particular version with Placido Domingo, who is extraordinarily famous for being a tenor. He's also famous for being a composer and many other things within the music sphere. He's a legend, absolute legend. Now, as I said, we're going to feature him in the beginning of the video, and then he introduces Mon Laferte and she just sings the song. Now, the music video that's out on YouTube was inspired by the Serbian artist Marina Abramovic, and she is somebody who is considered began her career in the early 1970s and active for 4 decades. She's been described as a godmother of performance art, which explores the relationship between the artist and the audience and the limits that she can go to in her performances, whether it be shock or happiness or sadness that the audience is watching. She's legendary in that. And it shows Mon Laferte in the video accompanied by 2 actresses, Daphne Carvalho and Monica Sobreira, who subject Mon Laferte in the video to various forms of humiliation. She's blindfolded, spit upon, threatened with firearms and knives, all accompanied by images of self-flagellation and instruments of torture. That is the reason why I didn't feature the video, because I felt on my channel, even though my channel isn't for children, I had to be extremely careful and sensitive to people who would watch. So I found this live, beautiful version of it, and it's very dramatic and it's very beautifully sung. At the end, Mon Laferte in the video appears naked next to a skeleton, and the dedication to the Serbian artist I just mentioned, Marina. The music video itself has over 35 million views on the Vivo channel, and it's a lot more since this research was done. And it entered the Chilean charts in 2018 after the artist's performance in the Viña Mar Festival, reaching number 16. The reason I have featured it is because I feel a lot of people are going to relate to the lyrics. And a lot of people are going through extraordinarily tough times at the moment, through breakups, partly because of COVID, partly because of the financial situation of the world at the moment. And people are becoming more scared living in this world because they just fear they can't exist. We've got lots of problems going on, but it's a song that is reflective of the times I feel now. And I feel sometimes in lyrics in a song, we need to hear the lyrics and release some of the tensions we have within ourselves. I hope you enjoyed the performance. I know we're going to. We're going to listen to Placido Domingo introducing her and the wonderful Mon Laferte. Take it away.
Sus grandes interpretaciones con su temperamento y su manera de cantar y de decir. Así es que nada más, yo creo que no hace falta decir su nombre, pero aquí está con ustedes Mon Laferte.
Sincero, te quise de verdad, a pesar de tu silencio, te quise más. Un beso en el metro fue todo tan violento, a veces tan frenético, me desespero. Yo presiento que tú volverás. Mi argumento, yo sé que jamás nadie más te amará como te pude amar. Nadie más te puede aguantar como yo, como yo. No me grites, por favor. De nuevo hueles a licor. De mi cuerpo yo quisiera borrar tus besos. Fue todo en febrero. Fue un romance sin dinero. Tu sexo tan poético, como tus celos. Yo presiento que tú
ovacionada Mon Laferte aquí en el Nacional, una versión sinfónica para Tormento, una canción de su álbum del año 2015, el álbum que consagró a Mon Laferte volumen 1 por primera vez en...
I think you'd agree she's one of the finest live performers in the world, and she's not really that well known in the West here, in the Western speaking, English speaking countries. But I think after more and more reactions, a lot more reactors will jump on board and join me in spreading the word about this wonderful, wonderful actress, come author of her own life, come lyricist, and just a wonderful, wonderful artist in general. She truly has it all. She truly has it all. Let's go straight now into the lyrics. Verse 1 says, "My love was sincere. I really loved you. Despite your silence, I loved you more." And verse 2 continues, "A kiss in the subway. It was all so violent, sometimes so frantic, I despair." So she's definitely broken up. She's definitely reflecting on something that was so passionate to her. And it was the first kiss. But it felt like that kiss was so strong and so passionate and so everything. Just the kiss in itself was like having sex. It was so powerful. It took every emotion out of her, and she despairs at just the thought of the first kiss and now the situation she's in. Depression is a terrible thing, and she suffered depression for a long time, and she was in a good place to write this particular song, Tormento, because she was able to do it without prejudice. She was healthy enough to do it without feeling crazy. She was in a good place mentally and physically, and we saw that in her deliverance as well. But let's continue. The pre-chorus says, "I have a feeling that you'll come back. My argument, I know that never." So she's conflicting here between the self-torture of remembering that frantic, sexual, powerful kiss, and then she's desiring to feel like that again. And she said, "I have a feeling you will come back." But then her argument inside herself, it's like devil's advocate playing with her mind, is saying, "I know that never." In other words, she's not even sure that would happen, but she wants it. But does she? Let's continue. It says, "No one else will love you how I could love you. No one else can hold you like me, like me." But this is where, when you are torturing yourself, you begin to feel you are the only person who could have loved like that and felt so strong and so in everything. You feel you're the only one that can give that kind of love. But unfortunately, the reality is in the world that when people break up, the other person always finds somebody who can love harder. It continues, verse 3, "Please don't yell at me. You smell like liquor again. Of my body, I would like erase your kisses." So she's remembering the person that first kissed her with so much passion has a drink problem. And this drink problem is when they became almost violent towards her. And I think that's why in the video there was images of self-torture and there was images of blades and all of this, simply because the kiss was like a knife cutting her, and her emotions were so violent because he was almost violent in the frenzy of lovemaking because of the liquor. It's almost this awful situation she got involved with that was so heavy emotionally, so heavy physically, but yet she felt it was everything and passion. But yet the sad thing is, it was drink that made it that violent, that made it that passionate. And it seemed there's a lot of people that has been in that situation and are. Verse 4 says it was all in February. It was a romance without money. Your sex so poetic, like your jealousy. So she had a combination of a couple of things there in the person. They went for simple walks. It doesn't talk about restaurants. It talks about the simple things that made it special, made it passionate, because it didn't take money to impress her. It was just his poetic talk, obviously. And it mentions sex was so poetic. It was almost like everything a woman could want to feel, she felt. And she fell hard for this person. And she gave it her all. And he was jealous. If somebody probably looked at her, the person was jealous. But I think she liked that. It was a sense of protectiveness. It's people always perceive if you're jealous, it's for the wrong reasons. I suffer terrible jealousy with my partner, and yet my partner doesn't. But it's just my protectiveness coming out of me. It's like I don't feel I own, but I do feel I'm part of the love that we share. And I feel it here in these lyrics with her. The pre-choruses have a good feeling that you'll come back. My argument, I know that never. So she's conflicting again. And it goes on to the chorus. No one else will love you. How could I love you? No one else can hold you like me, like me. So she does torture herself thinking, why did I fall in love with somebody that's such a drink problem? And only then would they show the passionate side that was there in the beginning without the drink, that was there in the simple times. Why did we turn to this kind of a situation? It isn't yin and yang, it's just gone from a poetic love to a drunken kind of violent love. So she sings that chorus where we heard her sing live. Oh, that's just the pain coming out, the frustration and the mental apathy of trying to deal with this. Singing, my love, no one else will love you. Because nobody else would put up with that kind of attitude in a person. They'd walk away. But she desires it again. They always say a good person always desires something bad in their life. And in this case, it's bad love. And the outro, she says, my life is a torment. My life is lament. No one else will love you. How could I love you? No one else can hold you like me, like me. So she finishes torturing herself with her memories, with her desires, with false hope. Because when she gave to this person, she gave everything. But a lot of people do that in relationships and get nothing back. And the only way she could resolve it was saying, no one else can hold you like me, like me. But when she talks about holding, it's not holding or embracing him. It's no one else will love you for what you were and what you were about and put up with you like I did. That's what she's saying. But he's not there anymore. He walked off and left her in an awful torment of, why do I love this person that's so bad? But yet we went on those walks and it didn't take money to impress me, and she's in an awful situation. If you're in that situation, this is my advice. Don't wish it to come back into your life. Learn from it and move on. So that's my analysis of the lyrics. Thank you, Mon Laferte. Thank you, this Chilean beautiful woman that now lives in Mexico, who's just entertaining the world with this voice, and you can see why. If you liked what I've said and reaction, please subscribe to my channel. All my videos are in Spanish, you'll understand them, and there's artists out there waiting for you to listen to their music as well. Please like and subscribe to this particular one and leave a comment. I look forward to reading them. Take care for now. There'll be more Mon Laferte soon. Until then, ciao.